And hello, everybody. This is Temierus here. Just so you are aware, I have actually already beaten this game. It took 4 minutes 9 seconds to beat this game. Why I'm telling you that is because OBS decided that when I hit the record button, it didn't actually want to record. So I spent the past several minutes screaming into my microphone about things that didn't make sense to me in the world that were triggered by this game, and it wasn't actually being recorded. So now anybody else that heard me just thinks I'm a raving lunatic, but the people that would have heard me probably already convinced I'm just a raving lunatic. Anyway, the name of the game is Home Alone Girlfriend. I decided to try it because I was very confused by the game because all of its promotional material had the boxcar here that we see to our right driving down a street battling traffic, but then the trailer showed all this stuff of going through a house. And then because it was all dark, I then started to think, since they put as one of their selling points that it has very fitting atmospherics or something like that, that perhaps it was some kind of horror game. So I was curious if there was horror in it. There isn't any horror in it. We'll go ahead and hit the play button because I know what's going to be going on here. There's a continue button, but I don't know what the purpose of it even existing is. You'll find out momentarily. By the way, this whole little flipping almost seizure thing, that is the game's trailer. So it's both the trailer and the opening cinematic. Now here's the thing that's fun. We're gonna do the speedrun mode, then we're gonna, attempt to play the game a little bit and get the pickups, because if you notice right now, we haven't actually crashed into anybody yet. And what you're supposed to do in the game, you're supposed to avoid the traffic. It's like an infinite runner, except it has a goal, so it's a finite runner. So here I'm going to show you the secret speed run. I'm going to hit the W key and accelerate to top speed. And now we just let it go for about 4 to 5 minutes. You'll see our mirrors and sometimes the side of the car will probably be clipping through the other cars here. That doesn't actually matter because that's not where the hitboxes are. And then the hitboxes seem to only really work one way. It's really weird because it doesn't really seem that well made. I was already confused by the traffic patterns here because you see we have our double line there, which I'm assuming is going to be a double yellow line. Now, over here in the States, at least, double yellow line, that means that traffic is flowing one direction. So in this case, the traffic to our right will be flowing in the direction that we're headed, and the traffic to your left is flowing in the other direction. This is a two-way street. For some reason, that double yellow line means all 4 lanes need to be heading the same direction. So that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. I can give it the pass of not having dash lines to signify lanes because those don't always exist on streets. It's sometimes a little terrifying when they're not there because some people like to think, oh, it's just a really, 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 really super wide single lane, which it's not. And they'll either be driving super slow, so you have to slam on your brakes when you get up to them because you think you're going to be going around them, and then no, if you go around them, you're about to have a head-on collision in oncoming traffic. Or they're driving like a maniac, and they're about to swipe off the side of your car as they're coming up because they don't understand how roads work. That was a tangent that is going to bring me back to what I stated previously. You can't tell, but I am just flinging my arms all around because sometimes, especially when I rant, I am a person that talks with my hands. But because I don't have a face cam, you can't see the bombastic hand motions I have going here. I just tapped the cord of the microphone. You probably heard that. That's a sign of it. Just gonna do a barrel roll with my hands, try and keep them busy. But yeah, that led into how here recently, for where I had to work, I had to keep coming off the Allisonville Road exit, and that just kind of reminded me of the outrageous traffic patterns that this game sometimes manifests. Because the people that don't live around here, or that do live here in Indy but just never go to that side of town, because we can blame it, it's Castleton. I mean it, people that live in Castleton. But the Allisonville Road exit, it's 2 lanes that come down the exit ramp from the south direction, southward. That's what I tried to say. The southward direction of 465. But what happens with it is your outer right lane. Okay, we collected no condoms. It took me a while to realize that's what the pickup was. Because, well, I'm assuming that I've left off context about being ace, so, you know, those things don't always occur in my mind. I originally thought we were picking up, like, tickets because we're doing a bunch of traffic violations. They play again. Of course, it's not what that was. Main menu? Alright, we broke the game. Or we got the game back on and working. So which rant was I going on about? There's 2 main rants I have in this game that I can have. Oh, right. Now you guys get to see the intention of this game. So all these purple pickups, which are apparently the condoms, they each give you an achievement. So not only is this a finite runner, it is also an achievement hunter style game. Oh, we hit the truck. That's not good. We can only afford 4 hits. Except for on the side rails. You can hit those as many times as you want, because those definitely can't total your car. Let's see here. Was I ranting about the plot of the game, or was I ranting about Allisonville Road and how terrible of an exit that was? I forgot, because when I went to go fix the game, I ended up getting distracted and did some other things. Let's see here. We'll have the rant about Allisonville Road exit for people that don't live here. As you can tell, the game's much more difficult if you want to just not let it autopilot for you. So the Allisonville Road exit, it's 2 lanes on the exit ramp that goes southbound in 465 here in Indianapolis. Now your right-hand lane on the exit ramp that comes in is temporarily a 4th lane going southbound 465. That turns into an exit-only ramp to, I want to say it's 56. No, it is to 65. That's the exit ramp that comes up there. It's an exit only to that. But your left-hand lane of the exit ramp, once you start merging with 465, after about 20 yards, it just kind of magically becomes the right-hand lane of 465. It just smashes itself into the already existing right-hand lane, and then it's just, hey, good luck everybody on that road, because that made sense. It didn't. Whoever designed that road just doesn't understand roads. And yeah, it's a very terrifying exit, at least I find, to get on, especially here around the holiday season, when you have people that are from out of town and already don't know how this very confusing exit works. Because, of course, it's only marked as a normal exit. There is no additional information for the complete and total pain that is the traffic trying to merge on. So you have no idea that that lane is just supposed to mash into the right-hand lane of 465, and you're expected to make space for people trying to merge on. So that was one rant that I ended up losing track of because I got distracted by other things. The other rant was the whole premise of this game. I was not even aware fully of what the premise was actually supposed to be until I sat here in silence trying to play the game for about 10 minutes, and then it dawned on me after I thought that our pickups there were tickets, because, we're doing a bunch of traffic violations. It's probably some kind of ticket collection. That it was actually condoms, and then I had to use the context clues of the way the game talks about itself and the memes that I keep getting funneled on my Facebook feed from people that do actually understand that stuff, to end up realizing that apparently when somebody's home alone and they send you a message and say that they are home alone, that means that they are indirectly telling you that they want to have intercourse with the person that they are communicating to. Now, that is not the first thought that comes to my head if I was in that situation. My situation there would have been, well, do you need help? Are you telling me you're home alone because you've just broken a limb and there's nobody else there and you can't reach a phone? To which my logic would then immediately stop me, like, that doesn't make any sense, because if you've broken a limb and are notifying me that nobody's at your house, you could use the device that you're using to notify me that to call 911 and get an ambulance there to come get you. So yeah, the whole goal of intercourse, it just didn't make sense to me, because that's just not how my brain's hooked up. I would like to think that I have given context on this page or on this channel, on this page. That's a different thing. I'm giving up on getting pickups. We're just going to go to the end, because I feel like chatting more than concentrating. But I feel I've given enough context out there about being ace. If not, now it's obvious to everybody. But yeah, a lot of these just not directly saying things that want to lead to the sex, I don't always understand. I mean, hell, there was a thread on Avon where I was with people there, this was a while ago, when somebody went on there saying, I just found out that the phrase tossing a salad actually means sex, and then it was split with people going on there yelling, is nothing sacred anymore in language. And then there were other people like me who were like, but that's how you prepare a salad. How are you supposed to communicate that you are preparing a salad, particularly a mixed salad? It's not just lettuce, it's got other stuff in it, without making people think that you're making some kind of sex comment. And then we then try to figure out, why does that mean sex? How does tossing a salad mean that? Those two things have nothing in common. How does one equal the other? That doesn't make sense. We've, of course, tried to reason out how it worked and just had to go with, well, let's be honest, every phrase that can ever be uttered has that connotation to it. It has the double entendre to lead into intercourse somehow. So those of us that were sitting there confused and baffled by it just kind of had to live with it. We can't communicate without people just assuming that. So yeah, that's now a life we must live, burden we must bear. I'm just gonna go ahead and let this run so we can win twice. There'll be a worse record, but I have a feeling this game doesn't record records at all. It's a very bare bones, very simplistic, very straightforward thing. I got tired of seeing the achievement trigger go on. That's another reason why I decided to hit the middle lane. I mean, there's no reward for showing up with a higher score of items collected, other than this thing to tell you how many you collected. I don't understand the point of it. There's a lot of things I guess I don't understand though. Alright, I'm gonna leave that note because now I'm starting to go back to the Rumu thing where I had to stop and think about things. You know, these past two games we played this week, they were built on Unity, and Rumu was built on Unity. And they are two vastly different worlds on the same engine. So I hope that demonstrates possibilities and potentials that come out of Unity versus the dime a dozen thing that keeps coming out of there every single day on Steam. So yeah, now I'm going through a bit of a slight crisis now, so I'll leave you all to your weekend as I leave myself to that.